Hi there. My name's Greg Dixon. I'm here with Betty Withrow, and we run under the umbrella of Total Traffic and Conversion at totaltrafficandconversion.com. And Betty posted an article today on your credibility is on the line on our website, and we're going to talk about that today. So there's a lot of advice in there, and including some things that I took to heart too. So Betty, do you want to talk about what you want to say today?
Sure. Well, it's like I said, I'll quote the article first. One thing you absolutely must do in your business is to create and maintain your credibility. Now, what does that mean? That means that nothing else you can do is going to work if you haven't done that first. And so, credibility and integrity, basically, they're not exactly the same thing, but one leads to another. What do? You do what you say you will do. Show up and do what you say you will do. Walk the talk and talk the walk. And, one again leads into the other. I think that one of the things that we tend to overlook as entrepreneurs is that we need to have very clear expectations and boundaries in place as we present our offers to clients. It's really simple and easy to just fall into the trap of not understanding exactly what it is that your client needs and how does that fit into what it is that you're able to offer, and being able to show up professionally and complete this circuit. When you there was a situation that came up for me recently where I had an agreement with someone to do some work with them, and then when we showed up in a meeting to solidify the agreement, he said, "Oh no, my business partner doesn't want to do it that way. He wants to do it this other way." And I said, I don't really think that's going to work. And he had already he was in the process of paying me, and I ended up having to return his payment to him because I simply could not feature trying to do a process that I didn't feel confident in as being a truly creative and collaborative process. So that's an example of how you need to actually have those parameters in place and have everybody agree before money starts to take place. If possible, put things in writing. I'm a firm believer of having it in writing and knowing exactly what everybody's expected to do. So, I mean, in my case, I really want to take care of you properly. So, please let me know exactly what it is that you need and what you're prepared to offer me in return for what I'm going to offer you. And let's do it collaboratively, or let's not do it. So, um, that's one thing that I don't think you can say it too often, really. Because here, one good customer interaction gets talked about 3 times, okay? But one bad one gets talked about 10 times. It's really, in the sense of reputation marketing, as it's called, you want everybody who has heard of you to have heard good things about you. Like sometimes I get introduced to someone and they go, "Oh, I've been hearing about you." And I'm like, "Oh, I hope it's been good." And usually you can tell by the tone of their voice whether it was good or not. However, the thing is, you really do want it to be the kind of feedback that's going to amplify the confidence that people have in you before you even start talking to them. And that's a full-time job. It involves really going the extra mile for your clients if that's what's needed. Like, say you made a quote that was too low, you still have to follow through and do what you say you were going to do, and then you know better for next time. That's one example. So have you had the experience of doing business with someone who did not show up as they said they would do, and then they wanted to blame you for the results they didn't get? What happened after that? Not a good thing, right? This can happen when clear expectations are not set at the beginning of the transaction or relationship, and then down the road, things don't go as planned and everybody feels disappointed. There's something to learn here. This one lesson can be the thing that takes you to a level you've been wanting to go, and the lack of being clear kept you from going there. So even if you've made what you could clearly see in normal language be called a mistake, instead you can say, "Oh, here's something I've learned about how not to do something." It's a little easier on yourself than saying, "Oh man, did I ever mess up on that one?" Okay, so this is how you have an open discussion with your prospects to avoid having this experience again. If they seem to be too busy to go over what is really needed, ask for another meeting before making a commitment. Don't take on something that doesn't have clear expectations and roles set out from the start. Being very sure that you have what it takes for the deliverables and that everybody involved in the process knows exactly what those deliverables are, then you will deliver the results hoped for, and your customers and clients will appreciate the time it took to work out the process from the start. How do you do this? Have systems, have clear templates in mind, have your portfolio or your menu of services available for your prospects to look at. If not before the first meeting, definitely between the first and the second meeting, so that everybody knows where you are and they can have some preliminary discussion with themselves or their team, so you don't hear something like this: "Oh, I'll get back to you. I need to talk to my business partner," something this other person didn't even do. Or you can sometimes hear, "Oh, I don't know. I have to ask my husband or I have to ask my wife about this." You would hope that they would have had the discussion beforehand, but they don't always. So those are a few things to consider in terms of your credibility being on the line. You have to anticipate that you know more about what your services are than your prospects do, and be ready to present that in an intelligent, clear, and forthright way.
No, that's really good advice, Betty. And even sometimes when you do that, it still doesn't work out. So
True. Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
I had a friend a long time ago. His aunt wanted him to paint her cottage or something. So he went down, took her down to the paint store. She picked out the paint, picked out the color, and then after he finished, she refused to pay him because she didn't like the color. So there's yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
there
Right.
we go. And I think you and I have probably had some client experiences along those lines.
Oh,
And
yeah, yeah, yeah. It reminds me of someone showing up at our ranch and buying a pile of wood, then going home and stopping payment on the check, claiming that the wood wasn't what she had bought when she had picked it out herself. Okay? Yeah. So, yeah.
yeah,
This is where we don't want to end up, in small claims court. No, this is not good. So,
yeah,
knowing what you offer and being really clear about where it all is, you got to have that. And like you say, there's still going to be experiences that again teach you more about what you have to look out for.
yeah. Fortunately, when we have a good match with the clients, everything goes well and everybody's happy.
Yes, yes, those are the good things. This broadcast is a caution. It's not it's not a don't go there. It's a this is what you really need to look at for our entrepreneurial friends, because many of us, um, fall into these things where you really want something to work, and the truth is that it doesn't work. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So, does anybody out here in our audience have any comments here at this point? And I put the link into the article that we published at totaltrafficconversion.com, and you can go read the full article. There's a lot of gems in there, really good advice, good things to consider. And we're available for your project. So yeah, so you're invited to make an appointment with Betty or myself or all our merry crew and talk about what it is you want to do. We have quite an evolving list of services that we offer. There's
Yeah.
there's Betty with what she does with writing and marketing, content marketing. I do courses and landing pages and sales funnels, that kind of thing. And our partner Roy Decan, who in North Carolina, is a specialist in all things Google. In Betty's article, she mentioned if you want to be first, on the first page of Google searches, or if you want to have a Google business profile, Roy's your man. So go check out our website at totaltrafficandconversion.com and read Betty's article. It may help you save some heartache in the future.
Right. Yeah. And that reminds me, Greg, there was something I didn't mention, which is that to have true integrity, if you know how to do something, do it and do it well. And if you don't know how to do it, and you know someone else who does it really well, then bring them into what your process is. And that's what we're doing here. I don't know how to do what Greg does. I don't know how to do what Roy does. I know how to do what Betty does, and then we all complement one another.
Yeah,
So
and we're also inviting other referral partners into our merry band of marketers who
yeah.
do very specialized things, including
Mhm.
somebody who his only niche is doing the voice messages for dental practices for the people to listen to when they're waiting to make their appointments. That's
Mhm.
about as niche as you could possibly get. So
Indeed, yes, yes, and he's been doing it for 26 years.
26
So,
years. Yeah, the reality is everybody who has a telephone system could use his service, but he's only focusing on dentists.
and yes, exactly, and yeah, we do have some really amazing people coming into our system, like the lady who can print anything,
Yeah.
including your car, and some other new people who are coming in, who do truly incredible things that seriously I don't even understand what they are. So
Yeah. We're
fun.
going to Betty and I are going to meet with somebody tomorrow who gamifies marketing. Actually, he's here right now at the moment. He just
Oh,
jumped on.
terrific!
Yeah, so maybe yeah,
Great.
so that's and Charlevoix. Yeah. So anyway, we're he does got a gaming background and it can gamify business processes, marketing, and all sorts of fun, even educational things. Make learning fun. So we're interested to have a conversation with him tomorrow, and we'll add him to our crew.
Yes, yes. I tell people when I'm describing this project, this is a big tent project. You know, we've got room, and we've got resources, we've got vision, we have capabilities, and I am very much looking forward to meeting with our new ally tomorrow. And I'm going to make a stab at saying his name, which is Anirudh, I believe. So yeah, turning business into playground. I love that. Yay! Let's do
Okay.
it.
Yeah, we try to have fun. If you've tuned into our broadcast before, we usually have fun. So,
That's right. You know, if it's fun, it's going to be productive, and everyone's going to get something out of it. And I quote someone who I believe knows what she's talking about, who says, "If it's not fun, we don't do it." Fun is where you find it. Fun is where you make it. So
yeah.
that's what we do. Yeah.
In grade 11, I think I was in a physics class, and the instructor, Mr. Armstrong, says, "Thou shalt not have fun in physics."
Ooh.
Of course,
Oh.
we did. Whenever he left the room, there was an eruption of like rubber stopper fights and all sorts of things. But there
Well,
we go.
that's terrible. You know, I have a sister who taught physics in junior college for years and years. She retired recently, and she was all about you need to have fun in physics.
Yeah,
Like, how
yeah,
else are you going to learn? You know?
yeah.
Hmm.
I've had a number of conversations recently with people ask, well, what should people learn in high school? And financial literacy is one. And the other one I think is physics. If people had a better sense of physics, they wouldn't do the insane things on the highways that they do.
True. Yeah, that's true. If they knew what that moving object is that they're directing, they would have more respect. Yeah.
What momentum is conserved means when you hit a pole. So,
Yes, that's what's called work. The expenditure of physical energy. It's not working for you, it's working against you. Yeah, I
yeah, it's
really want
working
that.
against you. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Anyway, so do we have any questions? Any comments before we sign out?
I think I'm good for now. You know, go to my Facebook page, send me a friend request if you want, read my stuff on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
But most of all, go to Total Traffic and Conversion and get to know our team
Yeah.
because we rock the house.
Yeah. From there, actually, there's a little profile of all of the three of us, Roy and Betty and I, and also a bit about our referral partners. It's growing. We have a few more people to add to the list. and there are links to our individual websites and other resources too. So that's a good place to go. A good hub. So
Indeed. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Well, happy Monday, everybody, and we're going to be, we do this on Fridays as well with Roy, so there'll be another broadcast on Friday. And if you want to sign up for our mailing list, we'll send you notices and replays and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, indeed. There's one more comment from our guest. She missed the blog post. Missed the big part. Would love to connect and throttle the synergy. Yes, let's do that. Let's do that. Well, this is on YouTube as well. So
yeah, it's on YouTube and LinkedIn. Yeah, you're connected to me on LinkedIn, and so you can go watch it there. And LinkedIn actually has the captions as it goes. So this is kind of a fun place. So take what we say and then put it slightly sideways in the transcription. So it makes it even more fun.
Yeah. Well, like I said, that's what you do,
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see many of you on Friday, and then we do this every Monday, time permitting. So
yes, indeed. It's been a beautiful day, and we get to have it. So
awesome. Every day is beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.